Welcome to another episode of Book Covers DIY. If you walk down any aisle in a bookstore or in the book sections of Walmart and Target, you will find a number of books with text on floral covers. Just Google text and floral book covers and you'll see what I mean. Vanity Fair even wrote an article about this trend. So today I'll show you how you can keep in line with this popular trend when designing your own book cover while still standing out from the crowd. So let's get started. Here we are on our Canva homepage. You can sign up for free, and once you register and log in, you'll be taken to a page that looks similar to this. Today we're going to be working on an ebook cover just because it's simpler and we don't have to have a page number or figure out any dimensions. If you are designing a print book cover, you can take everything you learned today and then hop on over to my print book cover design tutorial and then just follow the directions there to create your full paperback print cover with the spine and the back. So here we have our design menu. You can always just click on book cover there. If you don't see it on this main menu, you can just simply type book cover into the search bar. You'll be taken over to your book cover templates page. There are 4,865 templates for you to start with. If you wanted to start with one of their floral designs, you can simply come up here to filters where it says all filters. You're going to click in there and let's check under style if there is a floral option. Here we go. There is a floral option that shows it's going to have 260 results. We will check that box and click apply. So here we are with all of the templates that have a floral design. Here are a few that are similar to what we're talking about, like this one here. This one especially. This is very similar to all of the new popular books we've been seeing at the stores and online. So there's quite a few templates for you to choose from if you want to start with one of these. But today I'm going to show you how we can make one from scratch. So let's go back up. Right here, our first option is create a blank book cover. We're going to click on that. It's going to take us to our design studio area. Here we have our blank canvas. And the first thing I want to do is choose a floral design. So I'm going to come over here to our toolbar on the left and click on the second tool, which is Elements. If you click on there, you can go into the search bar and you can type in flowers. So once you get your results, you'll have a variety of choices. First option is to select a graphic. So you can click on See All. And then you will have a variety of graphics to choose from. Now these seem to be more cutouts, so you would need to choose a background color and then paste these on top. For instance, let's say you wanted to choose this one here with the arch border. You would click on that, place it. Now since it's on a white background, you would want to go and change the background color. So you can click on the larger rectangle, come up here to background color, and then choose a color. I'm just going to go down here to like a turquoise. See how nice that looks. You can go back and click on the flowers and stretch them out, and then you can put some text if you want. So these are how the graphics works. They're going to be more cutouts than a background. So I'm going to delete this because this is not what I'm wanting to design today. I want to have sort of a full floral background. So I'm going to click on the flowers and delete that. Instead, I'm going to come over here to photos, and I want to start with one of these that will actually have a background. So you can see this is a nice one here. If you look right under the graphics and photos, it's giving you some suggestions. It's saying flower background. I'm actually going to click on that. So now it's going to give me all of these options that are floral background. So you can see like there's these bright flowers here. You have some roses. You have a wide variety of flowers to choose from. Okay, I'm kind of liking this one here with these flowers. Here's a great thing that Canva does. Because I made this selection, Canva does this great thing called magic recommendations. If you see right here, it's going to suggest similar options. So I'm going to click on See All, and I'm actually loving these bright yellow and orange suggestions. So I'm going to get rid of this sort of beige kind of bland option, and I think I might like this bright yellow. And now again, it's giving me more recommendations. Wow, there's quite a few in this category. Let's see how this one looks. I was leaning towards something that was bright and yellow. Okay, so that one looks pretty great. Here's a great thing you can do is if you're unsure, instead of having to decide, you can come down here and click on Add Page, and you're actually going to get a second book cover. So let's go ahead and select this one as well, because I'm sort of torn between the orange and the yellow. So I'm going to slide these over. I'm going to slide these over as well. So now that we chose our two options for our backgrounds, let's go ahead and choose some text. This is going to be a really simple book cover design, just text and flowers. So let's go over here to our toolbar, and our third option is text. Let's click on that. You can just come up here to add a heading and click on that. Let me start with the first word. So let's start with our first word. Let's find a font we like. To do that, we have our text box. We're going to come up here to Canva Sans. This is the default font that Canva always chooses. If you click the down arrow, you're going to have a bunch of font selections. So what you can do is you can just go through here and click on the different fonts until you see one you like. Again, keep in mind, some of them are only available with Canva Pro, but the majority are available for free. So I'm just going to go through here until I find one that I really like that kind of stands out to me. I want something sort of a block text, nothing cursive or fancy for this one. I want to be able to see it easily and clearly. If you look back on these, you can see how they use these pretty basic fonts, nothing cursive, because you don't want them to get lost in the flowers. Okay, look, this one here looks very similar. I think I'm really liking that one. Okay, so this one is called League Spartan, and I think I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so let's make our text larger. We can increase the size several ways. You can either grab one of the corners and stretch it until it's the size you want. You can come up here to the font size and choose a different number, or you can click on the plus and minus. I prefer to just kind of grab the corner and stretch it out. Also, our text, if you look up here, the alignment it's center aligned. I think I'm going to align everything to the right today, so it will line up with this side of the book. Okay, so I'm going to place this one where I want it for right now. Okay, and I don't want to leave it black, so let's change the color. So while the text box is selected, let's come up here to text color. It's this color bar right under the A. When you click in there, you're going to get all of your different color palettes. And one thing great about Canva is anytime you select a photo or upload a photo, it's going to create this color palette based on the colors in your photo. So this right here, you can't really tell, but it is the background here with the flowers. And so it's broken down the colors. There's the gold. There's some of the kind of off-white from the petals. There's a darker gold, which is probably in the flecks in the center of the flower, as well as this color and the brown. So it creates a color palette. Okay, now if I scroll down, keep your eye here on this color palette. When I scroll down, it's going to change to the second photo. Watch. Okay, did you see it? It happened really fast, but it changed to more of this like orange background. And so now you can see the palette is different. If you ever wanted to match your text or anything to those colors in the background photo, this is a great way to do it. You would, put in your text, for instance. Let's say I wanted to match this sort of brown. I would just click in there and you can see it changed to match that. So anytime you have a photo, you can easily match your text to it by clicking on one of the colors in the palette. Below that, we just have some basic default colors. And then if you scroll back up to the top, in this little rainbow box, you can click on the plus, add a new color. Here you can use a slider to change your colors. See it over here, it's changing purple. It's actually a really nice purple. You can also use this to change the shade of purple. So you can see it's darker, lighter, and more vibrant. Okay, for this one, I think I like that one of these teal colors, maybe that color right there. I think I like this one right here, not the lighter one. I think I like this medium one. So right now I'm going to place it right about here. You can see the guidelines appear. If I wanted to add any special effects to this, I can come up here to effects, and I have some options. I can add a shadow. Right now the shadow is teal on teal. It's kind of hard to see, but if you click in this little box, you can change the shadow. Let me click on black so you can see it. And then if you want to change the transparency to make it darker, you can see it's getting darker. So I'll click off so you can see. So this is if you wanted to add a shadow. I'm going to click on the box again and effects. I can add a lift, which is sort of like a blur behind it, almost a shadow. You can make the words hollow. You can splice them with a second color, and you can change the color right here. Here's an outline. You can also change your outline color. For instance, if I chose black or orange, here's echo, glitch, neon. You can add a background color, a box, or you can even change the shape so that it's curved. Okay, I'm going to turn it back to none, and I'm going to go back up here. So I don't want any special effects on this one. So I'm just going to click off of that. I like it pretty basic and plain. Once I'm happy with how that looks, I'm going to click on the box and I'm going to have three options: duplicate, delete, or more. I'm going to click on duplicate and it's going to make me a second box. In this one, I'm going to backspace and write my second word in the title. And then I'm going to do that again, duplicate. There's my third word. And then again, one more time, duplicate. And I'm going to write. Okay, so this is my book title, The Book of Happy. And you can see they are not evenly spaced. A quick way that you can make all of these evenly spaced is if you click one, hold down Shift, click another text box, hold down Shift, hold down Shift. So you can see all four of the text boxes are in a dotted line box. You can come up here to position, click on that, and there's two tabs. There's arrange and layers. You want to make sure you're on arrange, and then you want to come down to space evenly. We want them to be spaced evenly vertically. We want all of these little gaps in between to be even. See, this gap is too skinny. This one's pretty wide. So we're going to click on vertically and watch them move. Okay, so now look at all the gaps are even. Okay, if I wanted to increase the size of all of them at once, while I have all four of them selected in that dotted line box, I can grab the corner and look, they are all stretching and all shrinking. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to bring this up so that it is over some of the flowers, like we've been seeing on these book covers. See how the words are going over the flowers. I'm really liking the way this looks. So I'm going to come back and work on this one some more, but I want to go ahead and put the title on the second one. So I can either go over here and add a heading and choose a font and everything, or instead of going and starting all over again, I can just click on each word and hold down Shift till all four are selected. And then I can click duplicate. I have all four of them duplicated, and I'm just dragging it down to this book. Okay, so now I have the title on this book. Now, one thing you'll notice here is you cannot see the wording too well. So we are going to make some changes now. I'm going to click off to the side. I also don't like the way they're all lined up on the right of this one. So instead, I think I'm going to come up here to position, make sure I'm still on arranged. I'm going to go under align elements, and I'm going to choose center. And let's see what happens. Okay, so now everything lined up with the center of my book cover, and you can tell it's centered by there's a purple, solid purple line that appears. Okay, I'm really liking them this way for this book, but I want to change the color. You cannot see this teal on this orange as well as you could see it on the yellow. So let's go and change the color, and while they're all selected, we can change all of them. So let's go into text color, and I'm going to choose yellow. And which you're probably thinking, yellow, that doesn't show up any better. I'm going to select yellow, and then I'm going to come up here to effects. I want to choose an outline. Change the color of this outline. Right now it's like a brown. Let's see what it looks like with a black, a bright orange. Let's try that again. I'm going to change the text color. Let's choose this bright orange instead. And then let's go to our effects, and let's make sure we're still on outline. Yes, we have outline. Let's change our outline to just pure white. And then let's increase the thickness of that. Right here, there's a slider. Okay, nope, not liking that orange. So I'm going to change the inside again. I think we'll go back with that nice yellow down here. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we have our white outline. Let's click off to the side. So I like the way the font looks with the bright yellow and the white. We think we need to adjust this background. These flowers are pretty, now that you see they're kind of dark. So let's click on the background. Let's go over here to edit image. And we're going to scroll down to some of our filters. So we have some filters here, but I want to go to down here, photogenic, click on see all. And here we can do some adjustments here. Here is where we are right now, none. But you can kind of click through these different filters and see how the background changes. Okay, I'm liking that Capri. If you notice, it got brighter yellow here, but it's still kind of orange down here. There's a Stark also. Okay, I'm kind of liking this Vento. And there's that one as well, Nostalgia. You can also, you know, completely change it. Look at that, where they turn pink. There's a hot pink. I'm liking this Nostalgia. I'm stuck between the Nostalgia and let's see, that Vento. I think I like that Capri most of all. Okay, so I'm going to click apply and click off to the side. And now let's say there was something else you wanted to try, but you didn't want to delete this. We have our first option, our second option. Let's say I also want to try this with hollow letters so you can kind of see the flowers coming through. But I don't want to delete what I've already done. And I don't want to start all over by adding a page. There's something else you can do. This design that I like, I'm going to go right above it. It says page 2. And you have some options here. You can duplicate this page. So now I have 2 of the same design. That way I can change the words to hollow but not get rid of this one. So I'm going to do that. Let me click on book. Let's go to effects. And one of our choices is hollow. I'm going to click on hollow. You can see through them now, but now that yellow is almost invisible. So I'm going to come up here to text color. And let's try it with black or blue. There's that blue that we were using. I kind of like that, where you can see the flowers through it. That's pretty interesting. Let's see what else. There's orange. I think I like that blue. Okay, so let's do that. Let's increase the thickness. So we went back to effects. Here's my thickness bar, and you can see as I drag it across, the outline is getting thicker. I'm going to set that to 100. All right, so I'm liking the way this looks. So now let's do it to the others. We're going to click on we're going to change it to hollow. Make sure you're on effects. Increase the thickness to 100 and change the color. And look, it remembers that we just used this color. So there's that one. Same thing on of. Make sure you're click on effects, hollow, 100. Then come up to your text color and choose that teal. And one more, click on happy, effects, hollow, thickness 100, text color teal. Okay, I'm really liking the way this one looks. So I'm not so happy about this one, and I really like this one. I want to see this one close to the first one, so I can just move it up. When I click this up arrow, it's going to switch it so it's the second page. So we have this one here, and then this one that I'm not too thrilled about, but it just gives me a third option. Okay, so now we have our titles. Let's go back and add our author name. We can come over here to our text area, and we can add a subheading. This is going to give us a smaller text box, as you can see here. I'm just going to bring it down and make sure it's centered. We should have a solid line. And okay, let's just make up an author name. I'm going to actually use lowercase, yeah. Okay, so let's choose a font for this. I think I might like the same font, but with that lowercase. Yeah, I'm liking how that looks. Okay, so I'm going to increase the size by just stretching it. Center it again. And I want to change the color. I can choose one of the colors that is in the photo. Oh, definitely not that. Okay, I think that's nice with the white, and it kind of balances out the flower petals. It's not a pure white, it's sort of an off-white. Let's see what it looks like if we want to change it to pure white. I clicked on the text color. There's pure white. Okay, pure white stands out better. So I'm going to place our, okay, so I'm going to leave that like that. The Book of Happy by Kate Taylor. I can either go and add another text box to this one, or I can just duplicate it which is what I'm going to do. Duplicate, and I'm going to bring it down to the second page. Now this one, you can't leave it white because you can't see it. So for this one, we need to go up to text color and choose a different color. Let's find a color. We need to make sure we can see a color that really stands out against those flowers. I think I'm just going to choose this darker shade of the teal. See, there's the regular teal. This is a darker shade. You can always choose black if you wanted. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I think the black is too dark. Let me try that darker teal. Okay, I like that darker teal, and you can still read it. Okay, and then now we need to do the same for this one. So I'm going to just, again, you can always change the fonts. So you can change them if you want it capital or just a totally different font. Let's see, for this one I might actually choose black for that one, or let's say I wanted a brown. There's not a brown that I see that I want. I can go up here to add a new color. And I can actually use the eyedropper tool, and let's find a brown shade right here in the flower. Okay, so I just found the tiny little speck of brown, and you can see it changed to brown. That looks pretty nice like that. Okay, so now we have our 3 text and floral book covers. We can see how they look like this. I want to also show you how you can see them side by side. If you go down here to the lower right, it says grid view, click in there, and you're going to see all 3 of your book covers. So here's the first one we did with just the solid words in teal with the name in white, the author name in white. Here's our second version with the different flowers. We have lighter teal and darker teal. Here is the third version. I'm really not too happy with this third version. Okay, so let's say I only wanted to give my readers 2 options to vote on, and I'm really not happy with this third one at all. I can just come up here to these 3 dots. That's for more. We're going to get a new menu, and I can just click on delete page. And so now I have just these 2. So let's go back over to close grid view. And now we're going to download these. Oh, but first we need to change our project name. So let's come up here. This is where it saves your project name. It automatically saves it to just the first word you write. So you can see the first word I wrote is the. So we want to make sure that we update that, and we title this the Book of Happy Book Covers. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the share button. We're going to click on that, and we're going to come down to download. If these were for print, you would do, choose PDF print. These are ebooks, and I'm just doing it to show you guys. So I'm going to choose JPEG. Oh, and then when you have multiple pages, it's going to say all pages to. Make sure those are all checked. Yes. If you only wanted to download one, then you would uncheck the one you don't want. We want both of them because I'm going to show you them side by side. Then you're just going to click done and download. It's going to take a second for the bar to go across. Okay, since there were multiple pages, it's going to download in a zip file. You just click on the file and then click on the folder. And now we're going to, let's see, we're going to open our 2 designs. There's one here and one here. So now we have our 2 designs side by side. They both look fantastic. They're different but similar. We have this one here with the full, just bright, bold yellow background, 3 flowers, and our bold title and author name down here in white. Then we have our second version that it has sort of a color gradient. If you notice up in this area, it's like a brighter yellow, and then as it nears the bottom, it kind of turns to sort of an orange. And then we have our see-through title here that is showing the flowers through it, and then our author name in a darker teal. So you can see how you can take a popular trend and make it your own and make sure that your book stands out from among the rest. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please let me know in the comments section below, and feel free to suggest some other book cover styles you'd like to see me create. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to update you about future videos. So thanks again for watching, liking, and subscribing. Until next time, bye-bye.